Good evening, everyone. This is Robert. RJO Network presents another exciting edition of Inside Pitch. The 2016 postseason is on the air. We are at the friendly confines of Wrigley Field. This is Game 2 of the National League Division Series between the San Francisco Giants and the Chicago Cubs. By virtue of some ninth-inning magic in Game 1, the Cubs lead this series 1-0. A win tonight, the Cubs will be taking a 2-0 series lead back to AT&T Park. The Giants would like to tie this series up before heading back to the West Coast, and a big matchup here at Wrigley Field. So we are all set and ready to go for the final game of the second of the game twos, okay, in this round. And then we'll start the game threes where we do have some elimination games to play, as we will begin the elimination cycle. Carlos Yaz is first to join us here at Wrigley Field. So tonight, will the Cubs take a 2-0 series lead on the Giants, or will the Giants tie this series up? The home team has won every game until last night, when the Tigers took the win over the Indians. So it is possible, hey, a road team can win a game. Dave Little and Chuck Rawlings joins us here at Wrigley Field. Yes, I did see, I didn't watch the Michigan game because I knew Michigan was going to take care of business against Nebraska. I was not worried about that game. Pretty much I'll be honest with you, all the games I watched pretty much were blowouts. Although I did watch the end of the Georgia-Auburn game, which was fun. But we'll get back to baseball, and let's see what happens tonight as we begin the second game of this NLDS. Let's find out and see what happens. Starting pitcher for the Chicago Cubs, their number 2 starter in the rotation, Jon Lester, 19 wins, 5 losses, no saves, a 2.44 ERA, 197 strikeouts and 52 walks in 2016. We are at Wrigley Field. Wrigley Field, neutral but favors pitchers. Only 132 home runs hit there. 3 to strikeouts and +1 to walks. So I'll say it's neutral, but it favors pitchers a little bit. Although don't ask Miguel Montero about that. Yes, I will switch to Notre Dame and Duke when this game is done. No feline delay at Shea. Yeah, I watched it. Unfortunately, I had to work, so I couldn't watch his game again, and I got to work again next week. So again, I won't know if I'll be able to watch it. We'll see what happens. I've been missing the game of the week for last 2 straight weeks. Not happy. But let's get to tonight's game as Jon Lester gets on the mound. The fans here at Wrigley Field would like to take a 2-0 series lead. Let's see what the Giants have to say in this one. Top of the first, leading off for the Giants, center fielder Denard Span. He is 2 for 8 for the playoffs. We're going to use blue, white, and blue dice. Cubs are the home team. So here we go, continuing the NLDS round. Giants and Cubs. How will this game go? So far, this division series round has been excellent. Lester, 6'4", strikeout 6, and he will get him. Struck him out. Swing and a miss, struck him out. First strikeout for Lester, as he will get Span on a K. Next batter, the second baseman, Joe Panik. Still looking for his first hit of the postseason. He is 0 for 8. Lester will go ahead and pitch. 6-1, strikeout 5, and he'll get Panik easily. Swing and a miss, struck him out. Second strikeout for Lester, 2 down. And now we will see the catcher, Buster Posey. Hall of Famer, he better go in on his first ballot. Posey is 2 for 8 for the playoffs. Lester will go ahead and deal. Lester, 5-6, that's a wild pitch, ball 1. 1-5, strikeout, 17, this time that's high. Posey, 6-1, and against the lefty, he slaps that right past Lester, and that's going to be a base hit past the pitcher. So Posey will go ahead and get the first hit of the game. He will get to first, And it will bring up the first baseman, Brandon Belt. Belt is 1 for 8 for the playoffs. Posey did have 6 stolen bases, and he's not going anywhere. Lester will go ahead and pitch to Belt. Lester, 4-2, strikeout 9. Yep, he'll get him. He'll get him. Swing and a miss. Struck him out, and Lester will retire the side on strikes. No runs and a hit for the Giants. And we will go to the bottom of the first, as John Lester already dealing pretty quick here to start this game off. Starting pitcher for the San Francisco Giants tonight, their number 3 starter, Jeff Samardzija. And we did not see him during the regular season. 12 wins, 11 losses, a 3.81 ERA. And I gave him the number 3 in the rotation for the Giants. Now the Cubs come up to bat in the bottom of inning 1. Center fielder Dexter Fowler will lead off, and he was 1 for 4 in game 1. Samardzija, he'll go ahead and pitch. 1-3 against the switch left walk, and that 11 is ball 4. So he'll go ahead and walk Fowler. Fowler will trot the first. First walk given up by Samardzija. And here comes the third baseman, Chris Bryant. He was 1 for 3 in first game. Fowler had 13 stolen bases, infield double play. And that is a 2. And he gets the steal sign. 15 minus 1 is 14. The catcher, Posey, minus 1 is 13. I'm going to let him. No steal. I'll let Bryant swing away. Samardzija, 5-4, strikeout 17. That is going to miss. Bryant, 1-1, base hit, center field. Bryant will get a single. Fowler, base runner 4, single to center. Zero modifications. So a 1-4, Fowler will get to third, and he will. He slides into third base, and Bryant holds it first. So the Cubs are starting with runners in the corners here in the bottom of the first inning. So the Cubs already threatening. First baseman Anthony Rizzo is up next. He was 1 for 4 in game 1. Infield is going to come in. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 16. Fowler on at third. Bryant on at first. Cubs looking to take a quick lead. Samardzija, 5-1. Strikeout. That 14 will miss. Rizzo, 5-1. Base hit past first, and the Cubs will take the early lead. Fowler will come in to score. Bryant does have the speed, and he'll make third. Rizzo an RBI single. Cubs take a quick 1-0 lead here in the bottom of the first. RBI single by Rizzo. And runners still at the corners. And next coming up for the Cubs will be Ben Zobrist. He is in left field for this game, and he is 2 for 4 and he was 2 for 4 in game 1. Runners at first and third, still nobody out. Bottom of the first inning. Strategy, nothing on the 17. Zobrist says, I'm not punting, I'm swinging. Samardzija, 4-3, that is a blank. Zobrist, 3-1, and that's a fly ball to right. And getting over there will be Hunter Pence. He'll make the catch for out number 1. Zobrist sacrifice fly of 2, and he will bring in Bryant automatically. So Bryant will come in. He will score on a sacrifice fly. It's 2-0 Cubs. Stadium cheers. Yay! Rizzo does stay at first base. And the next batter will be the shortstop, Addison Russell. Russell was 2 for 3 in the first game and has 1 home run in the postseason. So infield moves back to double play as David Vega and Thomas Bartlett join us here at the friendly confines. Strategy roll and nothing happening on the 18. Samardzija will pitch to Russell. Rizzo on it first. Cubs already ahead 2-0. Samardzija, 3-4. Home run chance. Righty, 1-18. The 9 is good. Against the righty, though, Russell needs a 9. Does Russell hit his second home run of the playoffs? Nope, that's going to be a little too high. Russell, 6-6. Instead, he grounds it right back to Samardzija. Let's see, 1-0. 1-0. And let's see, Russell's a righty, so second base pivot is going to be Panic +1. So it's hit to Samardzija. The only way the turnover will play is on a 1. That is a 4, and the throw gets Rizzo at second base. Russell will make first, and that's the second out, though, on the fielder's choice. So not a good hit by Russell. He'll have to settle for an FC, and there are now 2 down. And now here comes the right fielder, Jason Hayward. He was 1 for 4 in the first game. Dwayne Martz joins us here at Wrigley Field. Russell had 5 stolen bases. That's a 20, but Samardzija has no pickoff ratings. He will concentrate on Hayward. Samardzija, 2-4. That's at the park. Wrigley Field, 4-5. And that is going to be a fly out to center. And Denard Span will get to that easily, and he will make the catch and retire the side. 2 runs on 2 hits, a walk and a sacrifice fly, and the Cubs are already up on the Giants 2-0 after 1. John Haverly joins us here at the Friendly Confines. Good to see you guys here tonight. Top of the second inning. Leading off for the G-men will be the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. He's 3 for 8 for the playoffs. 2-0 Cubs already here. Game 2 of this NLDS. Lester 3-3, strikeout 8. He got him, struck him out. Lester already cruising. That's his 4th K. Lester trying to make the job easy for his team. Next up is the right fielder, Hunter Pence. He's 4 for 9 for the playoffs. He's the leading hitter for the Giants, and he does have a home run in the postseason. Lester with the pitch. 6-2 against a righty. Walk plus. That ate his ball 4 easily, and he will walk Pence. First walk of the game given up by Lester. And next up is the third baseman, Eduardo Nunez. Nunez started the season with the Minnesota Twins, wound up on the Giants later in the year. Nunez 3 for 8 for the playoffs. Infield is at double play depth. Pence not doing anything. He will stay put. Lester sets up against Nunez. Lester 3-2, strikeout 14. That's going to miss. Nunez 2-5, and that's a fly ball hit to right. And Hayward will come under that and make the play for out number 2. 2 outs. And now next batter is the left fielder, Angel Pagan. Pagan is 4 for 8 for the postseason for the Giants. Actually, he's the leading hitter, even though Pence has... Actually, I'll give it to Pence because he does have the home run. 2 outs here. Pence on at first. Anything on the strat? And the 4 says no. Pence will stay put. Lester looking in on Pagan. 2 down here. Pitch from Lester. 1-4 against the switch right. That's a blank. Pagan 4-6, and that's a base hit to center field. Pagan will keep it going. Let's see. 2 outs. Base runner 4 for Pence. Single to center, a 0. 1-4. Pence will get to third, and he will. Single into center field. Pence was off with the hit. And now the Giants have runners at the corners here. But coming up to bat is the pitcher, Jeff Samardzija. He batted 156 in 2016 as a hitter. 9 RBIs. He's capable of getting a hit. So runners at the corners here with 2 outs. Top of the second, 2-0. Strategy. Nothing on the 4. Pagan. Actually, no. Pagan gets the steal sign. Do you steal here? Let's see. 16 minus 1 is 15. And let's see. Montero +2 is a 17. But you know what? No, you're not going to run. Give Samardzija a chance. Maybe he comes through. Steal is called off. Lester will pitch. Lester 3-1. That is a range play at the park. And that's what can happen sometimes when you have somebody at the plate who really doesn't hit well. You get that range play. Wrigley Field 6-1. And that is going to be a fly ball to left field. And going after that is Ben Zobrist. Not very good. His range is a 2. And he makes the catch. Wow, what a play by Zobrist as he gets on there and catches it on the run, taking a possible hit away from Samardzija and end the inning. A fly out to left, but Zobrist makes the play. No runs, a hit, and a walk. And the Giants get nothing on that one. We go to the bottom of the second. Stadium cheers. Yay! Bottom of the second inning, Cubs a 2-0 lead here. Leading off for the Cubs is the second baseman, Javier Baez. He's 0 for 3. He was 0 for 3 in game 1. He was the only one in that game who did not get a hit. Samardzija will go ahead and pitch. Samardzija, 2-6, hit by pitch. And that's a 9. And yeah, he just plunked him. Ouch. He's an 18, but -9 makes him a 9, and he just got him. So Baez is going to trot on a hit batter, first hit batter of the game. And now a nice ovation coming up from the Wrigley Field crowd. Here is the catcher, Miguel Montero. Montero 1 for 4 in game 1, but that one was a game-hitting bomb in the bottom of the 9th inning. Plus, Montero made a huge caught stealing in the top of the 9th, so the Cubs fans give him a big cheer. Infield is at double play depth. 2-0 here. Anything on the strat? And the 14 says no. Baez stays at first. Samardzija will deal with Montero. Samardzija, 6-3, strikeout 8, and he'll get Montero there. Struck him out. And that is the first strikeout for Samardzija. 1 away, and now that'll bring up the pitcher, John Lester, a 102 average and 6 RBIs. He can still get the occasional hit. Strategy, nothing on the, that's a bunt attempt. And yeah, Lester's going to lay down the bunt. Corners are going to go in. So they'll be expecting the bunt. So Lester's going to bunt the ball here. So let's see. Bunt is on. Samardzija, 6-1, strikeout. And they're going to get Lester even on a bunt. On a bunt, you divide the strikeouts in half. That's a 12. That becomes a 6. That is a 1. And Lester tries to get the bunt, but he fouls it off. And that's strike 3. So Lester does not get it done. And Baez will have to hold. Nice job by Samardzija to bring up Fowler. Fowler walked his first time up. 2 men down. Cubs already lead 2-0. Nothing on the strat. Baez stays at first. Samardzija with the deal. 2-1. Strikeout 6. He got him easily. Struck him out. And he actually strikes out the side. Third strikeout for Samardzija. Nothing across except a hit batter. 2-0 Cubs here after 2. Had a good crowd for Friday night baseball. Did not have a good crowd so far for Saturday night baseball, but I guess people are watching Notre Dame and Duke, which I totally get. We go to the top of the third, 2-0 Cubs. And Denard Span leads off for the Giants, 0 for 1. Cubs lead the series 1-0, looking to try to see if they can take a 2-0 lead to AT&T Park. Lester, 3-5, strikeout 13, that misses. Span, 2-2, and that's a line out right to third base. Bryant puts up the glove, and it goes right in it. And that is the first out. Here comes Panic. Panic is 0 for 1. So watching the Reds spit the bit. Oh, okay, no problem. Well, my Mets are already out of it, but my Marlins win tonight, they're in. Lester with the pitch. Lester, 5-1, walk. Then that 5 will be ball 4, and he will walk Panic. So Lester gives up a walk, and that is the second walk given up by Lester in the game. It'll bring up Posey. Posey got a base hit his first time up. Infield double play. Panic. We'll see what he does here. Strategy roll. Nothing on the 17. Panic holds at first. Lester sets up with the pitch. Lester, 3-2. Strikeout 13. That will miss. Posey, 4-3, and it's a fly out to center field. Fowler will come under it. He'll make the catch for out number 2. So Panic stays where he is. And now here's Belt. Belt is 0 for 1. And strategy roll, nothing on the 15. Panic, still holding at first base. Lester now pitching to Belt. Fans here at Wrigley Field so far liking what they see on the scoreboard. Lester, 3-2, strikeout 16. That will miss. Belt, 3-4, and that is a grounder to second base. Easily handled by Baez. He's got it. He's going to throw to first to get Belt, and that'll retire the side. So nothing across for the G-men except a walk, and we go to the bottom of the 3rd. So, yeah, if the Marlins win tonight, they're in the postseason no matter what. They control their own destiny. They just need to win one of their 2 games and they're in. Or a Cubs and Reds loss tonight. If the Marlins lose tonight, but the Reds and the Cubs lose, the Marlins are automatically in as well. Bottom of the 3rd, leading off for the Cubs will be Chris Bryant. He got a base hit his first time up. Samardzija back on the mound. Samardzija, 2-5. That's a blank. Bryant, a 6-1, and that's a fly ball hit to right. And Pence will come in a step and get that. 1 down for Rizzo, and Rizzo got a single his first time up. Samardzija sets up with the deal. 4-1, error on a grounder. Rizzo, 2-3, and that is a ground ball. It's hit the first. Hit the Belt. His error rating is a 4. That's an 11. He's got it. Samardzija will come over. Belt will go ahead and underhand it to him for the second out. Nice play by Belt to avoid an error. The next batter is Zobrist, and he sacrificed fly his first time up. So Samardzija will pitch to Zobrist now. Samardzija, 5-4, strikeout 18. That will miss. Zobrist, 1-1, and it's hit the left. And coming under that will be Pagan. And that will be a 1-2-3 inning for Samardzija, who's definitely went ahead and has calmed down since the first. 2-0 Cubs after 3. Top of the 4th, Lester. He will have to deal with Brandon Crawford to start off, and he's 0 for 1. Lester sets up a Crawford, and here's the pitch. Lester, 3-3, strikeout 5, swing and a miss, struck him out. And that is strikeout number 5 for John Lester, 1 away. Next up is Pence. Pence walked his first time up. Lester will go ahead and deal. Lester, 5-2, hit by pitch. The 11 is high. Pence, a 3-2, and that's grounded to third. Over there is Bryant. Makes it look pretty easy. 2 down. Two quick outs. Here's Nunez. Nunez is 0 for 1. 2 away. Lester looking cruising right now. Lester, a 4-2, strikeout 3, swing and a miss, struck him out, and Lester is on fire. That's his 6th K, and the down go the Giants, 1-2-3, and we will go to the bottom of the 4th. Giants trying to tie this series up. Cubs trying to take a commanding 2-0 lead. Addison Russell will lead off. He's 0 for 1. Samardzija sets up so far. Fans here at Wrigley Field would like to see some more runs. Samardzija, 1-3 against the righty. That will be an out, and it's a fly out to center field. Span has his eyes on it, and now it's in his glove. 1 down. Next up is Hayward. Hayward is 0 for 1. Samardzija goes ahead, sets up again, and he deals the pitch. 1-3 against the lefty. Walk. And that 10, yep, that's ball 4. Samardzija can't believe it, but that's going to be ball 4. Hayward against the righty a 9, but +1 makes him a 10. And that was maybe that caught the black, but the umpire said it was outside. And Hayward will trot to first on a walk. And that is the second walk given up by Samardzija. It brings up Baez. Baez got hit by a pitch his first time up. Infield double play. Hayward had 11 stolen bases, and he is not going anywhere there. Samardzija, he'll go ahead and pitch. Samardzija, 1-5. That's at the park. Wrigley Field, 6-5, and that is a grounder to second base. Let's see if they turn it. 1-1-2. Shortstop, pivot Crawford, 0, 1-2, double play. No, Hayward will be thrown out at second base, but there will be no throw back to first as Baez will get there easily and 2 down. But now there are 2 outs on the fielder's choice. Next batter is Montero. Montero 0 for 1. 2 men down here, bottom of the 4th. And that is a 5, and Baez stays put. Samardzija, he'll go ahead, set up against Montero. Montero had that huge home run in the first game of this series. Samardzija, 3-6, strikeout, 8, swing and a miss, struck him out, and that will end the inning. Nothing across except a walk. And so far now both these teams have settled down into a pitcher's duel, but the Cubs do have a 2-0 lead after 4. Now going to the top of the 5th. Leading off for the Giants will be Angel Pagan. He got a base hit his first time up. Lester, he'll go ahead and pitch. 6-6, strikeout 1. Yep, easily. Swing and a miss, struck him out. And Lester continues to deal with heat. And that is his 7th K. 1 away. It'll bring up Samardzija. He'll bat. Lester goes ahead and he'll pitch. Lester, 6-2 against the righty, walk plus. And that's going to walk the pitcher. And Lester can't believe he walks Samardzija, but that's going to be a bad walk as he goes ahead and walks him, and Samardzija will trot to first. And that is the 3rd walk issued by Lester. It'll bring up Span. So Span now coming up. Infield is at double play. Strategy roll still rolled. Nothing on the 2. Samardzija, of course, not doing anything. Lester will now pitch to Span. Fans here at Wrigley Field would like a good pitch. 2-2. That's a blank. He's not tired. Lester, 6-2. Span, 6-2. And that's a base hit to center field. It'll be a single. Samardzija, base runner 1. Single to center is 0. The only way Samardzija gets to third is on a 1. And that is a 5. He'll hold at second base. Samardzija not very fast, but now the Giants have something going on. You walk the pitcher that usually does not do good things for you. Here is Panic. Panic 0 for 1 with a walk. But now the G-men have something happening. Strategy roll, and that is a 4, and nothing will happen there. Samardzija on at second, Span on at first. Lester will go ahead and he will pitch. Lester, 6-4, strikeout 6, swing and a miss, struck him out. And of course you have John Lester, and all he's doing is striking out Giants. That's his 8th. And now it's up to Posey. And Posey is 1 for 2. And now 2 away. Posey, maybe the best chance for the Giants to get some runs here. But so far, Samardzija is actually doing a good job holding the Cubs. But the Giants got to get some runs. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 3. Lester will go ahead and pitch. Lester, 5-5, range play. Posey, 4-2. It's a fly ball to left field. Once again, it's up to Ben Zobrist. His range is a 2. Not this time. And that is going to be a base hit for Posey. It's a single to left, but will it score Samardzija? Base runner 2 with 2 outs. Single to left +1, a 1-3. Samardzija will score, and he does. So Samardzija comes around, he scores. That was a 2. Span will take third. Span will take third on the throw. Posey goes to first. It's 2-1. So Posey comes through with a hit to get the Giants on the board. And now runners at the corners. And it'll bring up Belt. Brian Patterson joins us here at Wrigley Field. Belt is 0 for 2, but now it's a 2-1 ball game. And now Lester has to try to buckle down a little bit against Belt. You got to do the buckling against Belt. That's an 8, nothing happening on the strat. Posey will stay put, so will Span. Belt looking in on Lester. 2 down. Fans are getting a little nervous. Lester, 6-3, strikeout 17. That is going to miss. Belt, a 6-5, and that's a base hit past first. This game is tied. Span will come in to score. Posey, a base runner 3 with 2 outs. That will be enough for him to get to third. And we're tied at 2. Stadium groans. RBI single by Belt. And now brings up Crawford. Game now tied at 2. The Cubs got out to an early lead in game 1, and the Giants came right back and tied it up. And then the Cubs won it in the 9th. Are they going to do the same thing here? Crawford is 0 for 2. They're going to go talk to Lester on the mound and see what's going on here. Doug Hunt joins us here at Wrigley Field. And now 2 outs. Strategy, nothing on the 12. Lester will pitch to Crawford. Fans here at Wrigley Field hoping Lester can get out of this jam. Here comes the deal. Lester, 1-1. That is a range play. Crawford, 5-6. That's a ground ball to short. That ball is hit to Russell. He was excellent. His range is a 5. And that is a 1. He's got it with no problem. He throws to second to get Belt. And that'll end the inning. 2 runs on 3 hits and a walk. And the Giants have tied this game up at 2. Bottom of the 5th coming up. Giants are giving the Cubs pretty much all they can handle. John Lester, the leadoff batter. And let's see, he can pitch to John Lester. He can pitch to 2 more batters before he tires. The tied at school to Lester. I wonder if you take him out here now, because he can only pitch to 2 more batters before he's tired. No, that'll be it. Lester's going to come out of the game, and he's going to get himself a no decision here, as the Giants do come back, and the Cubs will go to the bench. And coming on to bat for the Cubs will be Chris Coghlan, a 188 average, 6 homers, and 30 RBIs. Chris Coghlan was also on the Oakland Athletics early in 2016, wound up on the Cubs later. Just like Brian Patterson said, a lot of athletics in the playoffs, and none of them are with the actual team. So Coghlan will bat against Samardzija. Bottom of the 5th, tied at 2. Samardzija, 2-2 against the lefty. It's a blank. Coghlan, a 2-2, and that's a fly ball hit to right. Getting over there will be Pence, and he will make the play for out number 1. 1 down. Here's Fowler. Fowler 0 for 1 with a walk. Samardzija goes ahead and deals. Samardzija 1-4, strikeout 8, swing and a miss, struck him out. Samardzija gets his 4th strikeout of the game. Not doing too bad since giving up 2 early runs. He's settled down, and now here's Bryant. Bryant 1 for 2 with a single, but now 2 outs. Samardzija looking in on Bryant. Samardzija with the pitch. 2-1. Strikeout 18. That'll miss. Bryant, 6-4. And that's a ground ball to short, handled easily by Crawford. Takes his time, tosses it over to first. And that is a 1-2-3 inning. Samardzija gave up 2 runs on 2 hits in the first inning. He has given up goose eggs the rest of the way. Tied at 2 after 5. Top of the 6th. And it will be Hunter Pence leading off for the Giants. Giants have 2 rights and a switch. Cubs will go to the bullpen, and they're going to bring on a righty here, and it is going to be 6th inning, so it has to be most appearances. Justin Grimm, 2 wins, a loss, no saves, a 4.10 ERA. Grimm will come on to pitch, and he'll pitch to Pence here. Top of the 6th, tied at 2, Giants and Cubs. Grimm, 4-5, strikeout plus, swing and a miss, struck him out. And that is a nice pitch by Grimm to go ahead and get a K to lead off the inning. 1 down. And next batter is Nunez. Nunez is 0 for 2. Grimm, he'll go ahead and pitch. Grimm, 4-3 against the righty. It's a blank. Nunez, 4-3, and that's grounded to short, handled easily by Russell. And he'll toss it over. 2 down. 2 outs now for Pagan. And Pagan is 1 for 2, has a single. Grimm goes ahead and pitches. Grimm, 6-5, strikeout plus 7, swing and a miss, strike out, and the inning is done. So Grimm strikes out 2 out of 3. A nice job by him. 1, 2, 3 go the Giants. Bottom of the 6th coming up. In a 2-2 tie. Can the Giants tie this series up before heading back to AT&T Park for 2? Samardzija, he still has some left in the tank, and he's due to lead off the 7th. He will pitch. And it will be Anthony Rizzo leading off for the Chi Cubs, and he is 1 for 2 with a single. Tied at 2. Fans here at Wrigley Field seeing a tight game. They did like the scoreboard early. Now the scoreboard is just okay. Samardzija, 2-2 against the lefty, blank. Rizzo, 4-6, and Rizzo leads one off, and that's going to be a double into left field. That'll bounce off the ivy out there. Rizzo will wind up at second. And the go-ahead run is already in scoring position. Second hit of the game for Rizzo. And a chance for the Cubs to take the lead. Here's Zobrist. Zobrist is 0 for 2. Infield is still back. Strategy roll, and that's a 19. Zobrist actually gets the bunt sign, but I'm going to let him swing with a runner on second. So, because Zobrist can, with a 272 average, you let this guy swing. Rizzo will, no bunt, that's called off. Samardzija will now pitch to Zobrist. Samardzija, 4-6. Home run result against the righty. Zobrist needs a 10. The 15 is too high. Zobrist, 4-1, and against the righty, it's going to be a grounded to second base. Up with it is Panic. He'll make the play. He throws to first, but Rizzo moves to third. Oh, Zobrist not happy. Knew he had a shot to send that one out. Instead, he grounds it to second, but he does move the runner over. So now the go-ahead run is 90 feet away for Addison Russell. St. Louis 8, Cincinnati nothing. Ugh, oh, boy. Bottom. Well, oh, boy. The Reds season this year started out with so much promise, didn't it? They're not out of it just yet, though. We got to have faith in the Reds. I have nothing against the Cincinnati Reds at all. Rizzo on at third now. Here's Russell. Russell 0 for 2. Infield has to play in. Nothing on the strat. Rizzo stays put. Samardzija will pitch to Russell. Fans here at Wrigley Field hoping for a hit. Samardzija, 6-3, strikeout 18. No, that will miss. Russell, 4-5, and it's a ground ball to first base. They cannot send Rizzo. He has to hold, And that'll be taken care of there by Belt. He tags the bag, 2 down. With the infield in, Rizzo had a base runner of -1. They automatically keep him at third, 2 down. So Russell grounds it to first, and now it's up to Hayward to try to get the run in. 2 outs. Infield is now back. Anything on Strat? That's a 3. The answer is no. Samardzija trying to finish his outing here with getting this game out of here. He is due to lead off the 7th. He knows he's not going to bat to start the next inning. So Samardzija wants to get it done. Samardzija, 5-3. That is a blank. He is not tired. Hayward, 2-2, and he will get out of it. That's a ground ball to short. Handled easily by Crawford. He's got it. Throws to first, and the inning is done. No runs, 1 hit, and the Cubs strand the go-ahead run at third. And after 6, we're still tied at 2. We go to the top of the 7th. And leading off for the Giants will be a batter. And will not be Samardzija. He will leave the game, and he will get a no decision. And we'll see who the Cubs want to bring in. The Cubs are going to go ahead and go to the bullpen. And they got 2 lefties coming up. Now they're in the 7th inning, and they will go with the lefties. Coming on to pitch for the Cubs will be Mike Montgomery. 4 wins, 5 losses. No saves, a 2.52 ERA. Montgomery started the season with the Seattle Mariners, wound up on the Cubs later. He will be the start. He will be the pitcher for the inning at least. He can pitch to 6. Giants will go to the bullpen. Will go to the bench, and coming on to pinch hit for the Giants is going to be Gordon Beckham. 212 average, 5 homers, 31 RBIs. Beckham started the season with the Atlanta Braves, wound up on the Giants later. So Beckham will go ahead and go up against Mike Montgomery here to start the top of the 7th. 2-2 tie. Montgomery, 1-4, strikeout 9, cold strike 3 on Beckham. He's out of there. Beckham should have swung at that one, but that was a good pitch by Montgomery, and he gets the out. Next batter is Span. Span 1 for 3 with a single. Montgomery sets up and now will deal. Montgomery 1-4, strikeout 4, swing and a miss, struck him out. He gets Span. And Montgomery coming in to try to hold him down. And now here comes the panic button. And Panic is 0 for 2 with a walk. Montgomery goes ahead, sets it in there. Fans here at Wrigley Field cheering on Montgomery. And here comes the pitch. Montgomery 1-3 against the lefty. Strikeout 15. That just missed. Panic 5-5. And it's a ground ball to short. Handled easily by Russell. And he'll take his time, toss it over. And a nice job by Montgomery. 1-2-3. Go the Giants. Rapidly moving ball game already in the 7th inning. We are at the 7th inning stretch. Sing, take me out to the ball game. I will be right back. Tomorrow night on the network, we begin the game 3s of the LDS. And this is an elimination cycle, as we do have games featuring elimination. Tomorrow night, we have an elimination game. We will be at Globe Life Park and for Game 3 of the American League Division Series between the Boston Red Sox and the Texas Rangers. Drew Pomeranz will go for the Red Sox, and Colby Lewis will go for the Rangers. The Red Sox lead that series 2-0. They lead that series 2-0. A Red Sox win tomorrow night. They punch their ticket to the ALCS. But can the Rangers hold them off? It'll be Pomeranz and Colby Lewis tomorrow night, Game 3 of that ALDS here on the network. Meanwhile, back to a tight game here in this 2016 NLDS. Tied at 2, bottom of the 7th. And Javier Baez will lead off for the Cubs. They got right, left, and a pinch hitter coming up. And the Giants will go to the bullpen. I think they're going to go with a righty here. And let's see who it's going to be. Coming on to pitch for the Giants is going to be Derek Law. 4 wins, 2 losses, a save, a 2.13 ERA. Law will now take over for the G-Men. And he can pitch to 4. So here comes Derek Law. Javier Baez will lead off, and he is 0 for 1, but got hit by a pitch. Bottom of the 7th, tied at 2 here. Cubs lead this series 1-0. Law with the pitch. Law, 1-4, strikeout plus. Easily gets him on an 11 and struck him out. One quick out there. And the batter now will be Montero. Montero was 0 for 2, struck out twice. Law will go ahead and deal. Law, 4-3 against the lefty. That's an out, and it is a fly to right. Hunter Pence will get to that one, and he'll make the catch for out number 2. Pinch hitter coming in from Montgomery as he will leave the game, and we'll see who the Cubs want to bring on to bat, and it is going to be Tommy La Stella, 270 average, 2 homers, 11 RBIs. So here comes Tommy La Stella against Derek Law with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. 2-2 game. Another good pitchers duel here tonight. Law with the pitch. Law, 6-3 against the lefty. That will be an out, and it will be a grounder to third. Handled easily by Nunez. He's got it. Throws to first, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for Derek Law. So the Cubs fought the Law, and the Law won. Still tied at 2 after 7. And I guess I should give myself the block dragon for that one, right? Tight game again. We now go to the top of the 8th. These two teams were tied at one point in Game 1. The Giants are giving the Cubs, who historically won the 2016 World Series, everything they can handle. Buster Posey leads off for the G-Men. He's 2 for 3 with 2 singles. Right, left coming up. So the Cubs are going to go with a lefty. And coming on to pitch for the Cubs is going to be Travis Wood. 4 wins, no losses, no saves, a 2.95 ERA. And Wood will now be the 4th Cubs pitcher. So Wood will now pitch to Posey here. Top of the 8th, tied at 2. Wood, 5-1, range play. Posey, 6-5. It's a base hit to left field, but again, a range play for Ben Zobrist. Zobrist going after it. His range is a 2. That's a 5. He won't get it, and Posey will get a single. So Posey gets his 3rd hit of the game, his 3rd single. And now the batter is Belt. Zobrist just not doing that well out there in left field. Infield is that double play. Strategy rolls are off. As Chuck Rawlings here says, we'll let it slide this time. That's a 15. Nothing happening for Posey. He will hold. Wood will now pitch to Belt. Fans here at Wrigley Field hoping Wood settles in. Wood, 1-3. Strikeout. Got him on a 4. Struck him out. 1 out. The batter now is Crawford. Crawford is 0 for 3. Wood will be tired after Crawford. Strategy roll. And nothing on the 16. Posey stays at first. Wood now settles in on Crawford. And here comes the pitch. Wood, 2-5. That's at the park. Wrigley Field, 6-4. And that is a ground ball to third. Can they turn it? 2-2-3. Second base, pivot Baez, 0-1-3. No, its only play was at first. As that's picked up there by Bryant. Posey got a good jump. Bryant throws to first to get the out. And Posey will move to second on the 6. But now that puts a run in scoring position. And the batter is Pence. And the question is, do you let Wood pitch? I think you do, even though he is tired. And hope they don't hit that fatigue result. So Wood is going to pitch to Pence here. Runner at second base. 2 men down, tied at 2. Posey goes ahead here. The crowd is roaring, he says. They're rolling against Wrigley, and Wrigley trying to get Pence off mark. Strategy roll. That is a 3, nothing happening. Posey stays at second. Wood will go ahead and pitch. Wood, 2-6 against the righty. That's a blank. Pence, 3-4, and he popped it up. It's a pop fly ball to short, and Russell's going to get to that. He'll make the catch and retire the side. No runs and a hit. And the Giants strand the go-ahead run on. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Derek Law can pitch to one more batter before he tires. Dexter Fowler leading off. And they're going to let Law pitch to Fowler. Fowler does a little worse against righties. So Derek Law will pitch to Fowler here, at least to start the inning. He is due to bat third in the 9th inning. So Law will pitch to Fowler here. Bottom of the 8th, tied at 2. Law, 2-3. Against the switch left. Walk, 4. Yep, ball 4. And the go-ahead run is on base. He draws the walk. Fowler draws a walk off a Law against a switch left. And that allows Fowler to go to first. And now the batter is Bryant. And now you got to take Law out because he is now tired. So the Giants will go to the bullpen. And let's see who they're going to want to bring on to pitch here. And they got right-left switch. They're going to go with a righty. And coming on to pitch for the Giants is going to be George Contos. 3 wins, 2 losses, no saves, a 2.53 ERA. Contos will now come on to pitch. He can pitch to 4. And we'll see what he does. So here comes Bryant. He'll go up against Contos. Infield is at double play depth. Go-ahead runners on at first base. Aroldis Chapman is warming up in the bullpen in case the Cubs take the lead. Strategy. That is a 19. Nothing happening. Bryant not bunting. He's swinging. Contos with the pitch. Contos, 5-1. Against the righty. That's going to be an out. And it's going to be a fly ball hit to right field. And Pence will get to that one. And he'll make the catch. 1 down. That's a big out to get Bryant. Now you got to go ahead and get Rizzo. This Cubs lineup is stacked. Rizzo 2 for 3. He's got a single and a double. Again, doing the strategy. And that's a 3. And this time Fowler gets the steal sign. 15 plus 1 is 16. And let's see here. Posey minus 1 is 15. A 1-15 for Fowler to go to second. David Vega, what do you do here? A 1-15, do you send Fowler or do you do you go ahead? What do you do here? Do you send Fowler or do you hold him and let Rizzo swing? What do you think, Vega? What do you think? Send him or bat. I'll let you make the call here. He's got 1-15. He can steal second base. There is 1 out. But Rizzo does have a good average. So what do you think, David? I'm thinking of holding him and letting, he says go. Okay. Fowler takes off for second. Posey gets out of his stance. A 1-15 Fowler is safe. And of course, it's a 19. He's out of there. Fowler gunned down by Buster Posey. Throws to second, and Fowler is a dead duck. 2 down. Stadium groans. A 1-15, that's a 19, and another caught stealing an inside pitch. And now Rizzo will bat with the bases empty, and Contos will now pitch to Rizzo. Still tied at 2. Contos, 3-6, error on a grounder. Rizzo, 4-4, and that's going to be a fly ball to right field, and getting over there is Pence, and he will make the catch and retire the side. Nothing across except a walk and a caught stealing. Or is that 2? That was 1 out, 2 out, and 3 outs. Yep. And after 8, we're tied at 2. Steeler fan joins us here at Wrigley Field. The evil D20 strikes again. But will we see some 9th inning magic? Top of the 9th first. Leading off for the Giants will be Eduardo Nunez, and he's 0 for 3. Wood is tired. They'll take him out. And it is right switch and a pinch hitter coming in for Contos. So the Giants now, let's see. I think they'll go, right switch. What kind of Pagan is? I think they're going to bring in a lefty here. See if you're the Cubs. Do you bring in Aroldis Chapman now? Yeah, I think you do. Coming on to pitch for the Cubs will be Aroldis Chapman. 4 wins, a loss, 36 saves, a 1.55 ERA. Chapman already has a save, but Aroldis Chapman, his job very simple: get this game to the bottom of the 9th, as they'll bring in Chapman to pitch. So Chapman will come on to pitch. It'll be Eduardo Nunez going up against Chapman. Tied at 2, top of the 9th. Chapman with the pitch. 6-1. That's a blank. He's not tired. Nunez, 5-3. That's a power hit to right field. That is a 13, but against the lefty, that's just going to be a fly ball to right. And Hayward will get to it and make the catch. Nunez doesn't have as many more hits as he does against righties, but Chapman gets him out. Here's Pagan, and Pagan is 1 for 3 with a single. 1 down here. Chapman will pitch. Chapman, 5-5, strikeout plus, but that 20's going to miss. Pagan, a 6-3, and that's grounded to short, handled easily by Russell, and he'll toss it over 2 down. And now a pinch hitter coming in for Contos, as he will come out of the game. And let's see who they're going to bring on to bat. And coming on to bat for the Giants will be Connor Gillespie. 262 average, 6 homers, 25 RBIs. Gillespie, the hero for the Giants in the 2016 wild card game against the Mets in real life. Chapman will now pitch to Gillespie. Tied at 2, top of the 9th. Chapman with the pitch. 5-3. That is a range play. Gillespie, 6-4. It's a power hit to right. That's a 1. Against the lefty, it's a single. But it's hit to right field, and this time it's Jason Hayward making the range play. He was excellent. His range is a 5. That's a 5. He makes the catch on the run and takes a single away from Gillespie, and the inning is over. And it's a fly out to right. 1, 2, 3, go the Giants. And we go to the bottom of the 9th, tied at 2. So now, will there be some 9th inning magic in the bottom of the 9th? Leading off for the Cubs will be Ben Zobrist. He'll bat. Giants do need a pitcher. And they got Casilla. And I think, but believe it or not, Romo is actually better. But let's see here. Switch right, left. I'm going to go with Romo. Coming on to pitch for the Giants will be Sergio Romo. 1 win, no loss, 4 saves, a 2.64 ERA. Romo, he can pitch to 3 batters, hoping to get this into extra innings. So here comes Zobrist. Bottom of the 9th inning. The Cubs won this game, game 1 in the bottom of the 9th. Can they do that a second time? Romo with the pitch. Romo, 5-1. Home run chance. Switch left. 1-15. The 12 is good. Against the righty. Zobrist needs a 10. Do they win this a second game in a row on a walk-off home run? Yep. Pretty good, as that was put right over the plate, and Zobrist wasted no time, and he's sending the fans pretty home happy. Second straight game. Kaboom! That ball is high! That ball is in deep to center field, and Span can only watch it go over the ivy wall. It is gone! Home run! Ben Zobrist! The Cubs do it again in the bottom of the 9th. That's your game. Stadium cheers! Yay! Yay! A home run chance against the switch left, a 1-15, which is good. And then against the righty, Zobrist gets it and sends it right over the center field wall. And again, the Cubs are going to mob at the plate. 3-2 Cubs. They do it against the Giants for the second straight game in the bottom of the 9th, and they lead this series 2-0. 1 run on 1 hit. First home run of the postseason for Ben Zobrist. Romo comes in and goes ahead and gives up a big bomb, puts it right over the plate, and Zobrist sends it right out of there. And the Cubs win another game in the bottom of the 9th via a home run. And yes, it's a game of the year candidate. And the Cubs win this game 3-2. And I think that's the first time I've had 2 games in the same series end on a walk-off home run in the bottom of the 9th. I've had walk-off home runs before, but not 2 consecutive games in a series. What an unbelievable victory here for the Cubs as they win this game 3-2 in the bottom of the 9th on a walk-off bomb by Ben Zobrist. Romo just put it right over the plate. He pitched him a meatball, and Zobrist put the ricotta cheese and tomato sauce on it and turned it into lasagna, and the Cubs win this game 3-2 and now take a 2-0 series lead. Unbelievable victory here for the Cubs, and they win it in the bottom of the 9th for the second straight game in this series. Final line score coming up. For the Cubs, 3 runs on 4 hits and no errors. For the Giants, 2 runs on 6 hits and no errors. The winning pitcher is Aroldis Chapman. He'll wind up with the win. Sergio Romo is going to take the loss. And that's it's also the second straight game where the Cubs took the lead, the Giants tied it up, and then the Cubs won it in the bottom of the 9th inning. So the Cubs take the 2-0 series lead now to AT&T Park for Game 3 of that NLDS. Whew. Wow, like I said, this Cubs team, no wonder they won the 2016 World Series. Whew, what a game. Tomorrow we'll go back to the American League. We will go to the 2016 American League Division Series Game 3. It'll be the Boston Red Sox versus the Texas Rangers. The Red Sox lead that series 2-0. A win for the Red Sox, and they are in the ALCS. Drew Pomeranz will go for the Red Sox, and Colby Lewis will go for the Rangers. So can the Rangers punch their ticket to the American League Championship Series, or will the Rangers force a Game 4? What will happen tomorrow night? It's now starting the elimination cycle. Now we're going to have 3 elimination games. 3 out of 4 of the Game 3s will be eliminations. What happens tomorrow night? Red Sox at Rangers, Pomeranz and Lewis. Be there or be square. Steeler fan, David Vega, Brian Patterson, Doug Hunt, Tampa Bay Sports Podcast. New subscriber. Thank you very much for joining me, sir. I do apologize. You actually came in the game where we just had a walk-off home run by Ben Zobrist in the bottom of the 9th. But thank you very much for joining me, sir. And hope maybe you can catch us, in a game. If you have any questions, please check out my games and my channel. I'm pretty sure you would love to see what we have there. I do thank you very much for joining me. I usually always say anybody comes into the chat, but thank you there, sir. Good to see you. Chuck Rawlings, Dwayne Martz, David Vega, Carlos Yaz. Let's see here. I got it out here. Dave Little. And let's see. John Haverly. And I think I got, and Thomas Bartlett. I think I got everybody. Thank you all for joining me tonight. Please leave a like on your way out through the X-ray machines. Subscribe if you've not done so. And make sure you hit the bell. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong. And we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Once again, the Cubs do it to the Giants. You actually came in running and made a walk-off call. Well, I'm glad you did there, sir. As I said, the Cubs do it to the Giants again. A walk-off bomb in the bottom of the 9th. Giants win the game 3-2. They lead this NLDS 2-0. We'll see you guys tomorrow night.